This is a tutorial for behind the back tricks and transitions. Starting with a wedgie to the behind the back pass. I will be having the hoop mainly on my right side, but wedging on my left side. I will start the wedgie and then bringing my right leg up, I will start to duck my head forward as I catch the hoop with my left hand, passing it behind my back to my right hand. So let's do that again. Again, the hoop's mainly on the right side, wedging on my left. As I bring my right leg up to release the hoop up, I start to duck out, grabbing it with my left hand right by my hip, where my palm will be facing up behind me to pass it to my right hand. The one thing to remember for the wedgie, as the hoop comes up, that will be my cue to bring my knee up to duck out. I'm just getting the crook of my right arm in there to go into a fold, to go into other transitions. And here you will notice where I grab it with my left hand near my left hip to, again, palm up behind me. This is one of my favorite moves, a behind the back lasso. Shout out to Shakti Sunfire for this. I don't even know if this is what she called it, but I love this move. So I start with the hoop in my right hand. I'm going to push it out to my right and have the hoop spinning. I will immediately flatten out my right hand and start to bring it to where the hoop will be behind my back. I go ahead and start bringing my left hand in to prepare to go underneath my right. Once the gap opens underneath, that will be my cue to bring my left hand under my right hand. I will start to just push both of the hands together to continue that lasso type motion, or hand spin if you'd like to call it. And then as the gap opens up again for me to bring out my right hand, that will be my cue to drop my right hand off and then passing it to my left. So again, notice here, one tips to remember, you might want to tuck your butt a little bit to be able to do this. At first it might feel a little awkward in the shoulders, you might be a little hunched over. I know it took me a while to be able to completely straighten up, so it might be a little awkward, but just keep practicing. Alright, a behind the back vertical toss. So I start with a weave on my right side with the hoop in my right hand. As I bring the hoop behind my back, my palm will be facing away and I will be releasing the hoop over my opposite shoulder from my thumb and pointer finger. I like to start with a weave first just to gain a little bit of momentum. So as I bring it behind my back, notice how my grip is very loose. I want to think about when I release it, I'm trying to really just point my thumb and pointer finger to that opposite shoulder to release it in that direction. This is a behind the back arm roll catch. So starting with the hoop in my right hand, I will be rolling it in between my pointer finger and my ring finger. The hoop will then roll up my arm to a certain point before it falls off. So it'll get about in the middle of my arm, upper arm right there before the hoop falls off. I will then swing my right arm to the side and then down to catch it thumb facing down with my palm facing away behind me. So as the hoop comes up and gets to that middle point of my upper arm, that will be my cue to swing my right arm to the side and then down to catch the hoop. Remember, thumb facing down and then palm facing away to brace it behind your back. Remembering rolling the hoop in between your thumb and your pointer finger. Once it gets to that middle part of your upper arm, you're swinging your hand back, ending with your thumb facing up, palm facing away. Last one, a behind the back pass to spin combo. So again, hoops in my dominant hand and my right hand. I do a little weave for momentum, getting the hoop into that loose grip to pass it to my left hand behind me. My thumbs will meet, palms facing away. I do a little pause with my left hand to immediately pass it back to my right hand. When I pass it back to my right, I'm going to stick my thumb in first, do that thumb and forefinger transition. As the gap opens up, I'm going to bring my entire hand, having the hoop spin on my wrist, then get my arm into that crook position, grabbing the hoop on an inside grip on the inside to create momentum, to go into that hand spin, releasing the hoop over my pinky. So let's see it again. I pass it to my left hand, do that little pause, get that thumb in there, and then notice it does a little half spin as I bring my whole hand, hoop on the wrist. I then go ahead and grab it to get into that fold position as I create momentum to release it over my pinky, to do a hand spin, and then regripping the hoop on the inside. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial and happy hooping!